Hey everybody, long time no see. I'm so sorry it's been so long since an update. It's impossible to update my channel when I have people visiting, and I had a couple of out of town and out of country visitors. I had my mother-in-law come visit from the UK, and then I had my best friend from LA come and visit, and it was amazing. And I wanted to talk to you about a show that we saw because I had so much fun, and it gave me those old feelings, that old magic that I felt when I was a teenager, and it just proved a conversation that I had with my friend Jason that, yes, the goth scene is on the upswing, and I could not be more ecstatic about this. But I want to give you a little bit of a disclaimer. You're probably noticing that my camera quality, audio quality, maybe things are a little bit odd, and that is because I like to do things bass-ackwards. So I really wanted to update the quality of my videos. I really wanted to create a lot more better quality content. So what I've been doing is I updated my camera, updated lighting equipment, updated software, but you think that the first thing you should do would probably be getting a good computer to run that on, which I did not do. So I got all of those things first, but I'm running it all on my slow, outdated laptop, and that's going to be the last thing to be updated because I'm kind of going in order of, I guess, least to most expensive. Because got to be reasonable here, and it's almost Christmas. I have people to buy for, and I am not the kind to e-beg, which I will not do, and I'm doing it off my own back. So apologies for the intermittent weirdness. But I wanted to talk to you about the show because it was amazing. It was a surprise by my husband for my birthday, and he surprised me for my birthday with tickets to the show Sur Skew. It was Sur Skew, which is one of my all-time favorite artists. If you haven't listened to her music, she is the most bizarrely incredible vocalist, because when I say bizarre, I don't mean, you know, there's something wrong with her brain. I mean, it's bizarre because after hearing her in person, she's got incredible pipes, and hearing her in person, her voice is a real instrument because she sounded better in person. Because you would think that you would need a lot of editing to get somebody to sound that brilliant. No, she sounds better live. And I thought that when, you know, she went on, I felt like she should have just had more. There should have been more people in attendance because everybody stayed to see the last act, which was Trust. She should have had that size audience, and if you haven't heard of her, please check her out. If you see her performing, she's well worth it. The amount of performance she puts on, even though she's a one-woman act, it's amazing, so go see her. So, I don't get to go out as often as I would like to, and that's why my husband surprised me with these tickets as well, knowing that I love Light Asylum and I love Sur Skew. I don't get to go out a lot, and that's because I get very guilty, because my husband tends to work all the times that these things are happening, clubs and shows, so I don't get to do as much as I would like to, because a lot of the stuff I want to go to, so does he. We listen to a lot of the same music, a lot of the events he wants to go to. He can't because he works, and I'm not going to say, okay, well, sorry I got to work, but I'm going to go, bye, I'll tell you all about it. That's mean. So I kind of take one for the team, and I sit it out. And I'm going to try to not do that as much, and hopefully get him to go out a little bit more, or just kind of sneak out. I don't know, but I'm kind of excited, and I'm excited because I felt that old magic again, and it makes me want to do cartwheels, and I think I might have actually done them. I definitely started screaming 1995 represent because it was a little bit of a joke, because people make fun of me because I'm always all about the 90s, and that's kind of my shtick here. And I started yelling 1995 represent, and I did a weird little dance to go with it. It's weird what excitement can do for you. You can literally get drunk off excitement and energy, and the energy that night was amazing. So let me just tell you about the show rather than just blather on about everything. So the show, it was Sur Skew, Light Asylum, and Trust. They snuck in an act which wasn't originally on the bill called, I don't know if it's In Remembrance or if it was the artist named Christine. If this was an all ages show initially, Christine would have rendered that completely inaccurate. Christine would have rendered the all ages inaccurate, and she would have definitely disturbed a lot of young folk, and I will tell you why. Because even myself, in my childlike wonder, eyes on the stage, watching as Christine comes out, I'm like, oh, well, I wasn't expecting this, but this should be entertaining. If you know me, personally, I don't like spit. You could poop in front of me, you could pee, I don't care. But when it comes to snot and spit, I will throw up. It just grosses me out. What does Christine do the first time? Like the moment she gets on stage, she's spitting. She's spitting all over the place. Already we're not off to a good start.
It's a squad here. I like it. I bet all of you got something under those black sweaters you're wearing. And I bet it's nice. I bet there's a color, possibly flesh. And I'm always welcome to look at your color.
So I'm interested. I'm curious where this is going, and for the first time, I'm happy that I'm the short girl at the gig, because being short, you've been on my team. What happens to us every single time in a show? People push in front of you, and they're always taller than you, and you're kind of like this, kind of tilting, trying to see, and that's what I was doing. Well, at this point, I was happy there was people that were taller than me, but I was still close enough to where I still had to sort of duck. But Christine is spitting all over the place, and here I am in my childlike wonder, saying, oh, Christine has a bunch of balloons tied to her outfit. This is what I'm thinking. They were not tied to her outfit. I found this out when her opening song, she bent over into the crowd, and I realized that the string from those balloons disappeared straight up her asshole. So Christine bends over into the crowd, and we see a telltale disc that indicates there is a butt plug in there. And my friend Vanessa next to me, she's like, oh no, I think we're about to get shit on. And this is exactly what happens. I realize that the balloons are not tied to Christine's outfit. They're tied to this butt plug. She pulls the butt plug out of her ass and then lets go. And the balloons drift up to the sky. Really high ceilings. And I suddenly find myself wondering, gee, I really hope that this Christine ties a good knot, because if I was painfully aware of the positioning of those balloons and that butt plug the entire show, because I was afraid that that thing was going to come down on me and I was going to get pink eye or something. But again, I'm always willing to give people the benefit, even though all of that happened. So the show, Christine, was oddly entertaining. Christine had a lot of butt metaphors, and you know me, I love me some butt metaphors, and I love me some butt jokes. I can't help it. I'm a toddler in my brain. So I started kind of reading between the lines, and I don't know if this was intentional, or if I was just feeling philosophical that night. But as Christine is talking about the technology and the cave and us coming in from out there and the warmth of our butts and things, I read between the lines and kind of pieced together the message that we need to get off technology, put down our damn phones, and just enjoy the moment for what it is. If I'm wrong, please, Christine, if you're watching this, by all means, let me know. So, Sur Skew. So, Ashlyn Kennedy is the vocalist, and she's the writer of Sur Skew. Her music is brilliant. It's incredible. I listen to it a lot, and I am not ashamed to say that I fangirled, because at the end of the show, she was selling merchandise, and it's a miracle that I didn't jump over the tables and tackle her, because I was that excited when I saw her. But I did gush and tell her that she was brilliant, she was amazing, and she was just so beautiful inside and out, just to share the music with us. And she did go on early, so I did miss a little bit of the show, which I'm really upset about. But it's my own fault for not showing up sort of on time. But she was just, boom, she was really prompt, went right on. That never happens, but damn her for being prompt. So she went on. I did miss some of it, but the show was amazing. The music was amazing. I got a Sur Skew shirt. I will be wearing that in one of my videos, and I've been wearing it like crazy. I still haven't washed it, because like I said, I fangirled and she touched it, so I haven't washed it. Light Asylum. Let me tell you about Light Asylum. Shannon, I believe the vocalist name is, was inspiring. So freaking inspiring. Who thought at a show that in between songs, she would be preaching to the crowd with these inspirational messages to friggin' love one another, respect yourself, love yourself. And I got misty in the eyeballs because I want to try to remember this verbatim. She was saying that no matter how alone you feel in this world, remember, there's someone out there that loves you, someone close to you that loves you, someone in this room that loves you, and that person is you. And I was like,
but you're not alone. You know in your heart of hearts there's somebody out there who loves you. Someone in this room tonight deeply loves you. That person is you.
so she's just an incredibly inspirational person, so freaking positive. And that's really what it was. It was just a positive night. There was no pretentiousness. There was no elitism. There was none of that. There was a lot of hipsters that I could have done without. Sorry, guys. But regardless of that, it was amazing. It was a great freaking show. The turnout was incredible. The place was packed out. It was a huge venue. And Shannon, like I said, I believe that's her name, from Light Asylum, was at the merch table literally giving everybody hugs. And that's what we need to see. We need more artists like this. We need to see more artists that we're not afraid of. Because I remember being younger and being so intimidated by these artists. And some of them could be a little bit uppity. Not all of them, but some of them. And this is when I was younger. We're going back 20 years. And here's Light Asylum preaching these positive messages, telling us that she loves us, telling us we should love ourselves, and then going to the friggin' merch table and hugging everybody, listening to everybody, talking to everybody. And we need more people in the scene that are like this. And I'm aware that I'm gushing. Did I hug her? No, because I got shy. And who gets me? I got shy. But I did, and I regret that. But I do know that she DJs around the New York area a lot, so I'm taking her up on that. She was handing out passes. I'm going to go see her, and I'm going to friggin' hug her and tell her that she is a brilliant woman, and please don't stop what she's doing. Ever, 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 ever. So, at some point in the night, I got so drunk, and I don't know if, not on alcohol, I didn't drink at all, but I am the type of person, and this is really weird, I get drunk and high off of people's energy. That's going to sound so hippie. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I vibe off of other people, and the excitement in the room was at such a high that I just sort of like got through osmosis. It just sort of like entered my body, and I was probably dancing at 3 times the speed that the music was going. So it looked a little bit ridiculous. It felt great. I got cardio, and I was just genuinely stoked about everything. The music sounded amazing. The sound was good. Everybody, it was such a good show. And I believe it. I heard it. I witnessed it. The scene is on the upswing, people. That is what is happening. Please go out, support these bands. Don't miss them. Don't sleep on Light Asylum. Don't sleep on Sur Skew. Trust was really good. Normally, now, I know a lot of people, I'm going to get a lot of like, hey, from a lot of you guys, but I'm not that into Trust. They don't suck. I think the music is amazing, but I need to understand what the vocalist is saying. And I don't understand a lot of what he's saying, which presents a little bit of an issue for me. And lyrics are amazing because I've had to look them up because I'm like, I want to know what he's saying. And they were really good, but just listen to the music. The music itself is incredible. The writing is incredible. It's just, all of it is just really good. But I only like the songs where I can understand what the vocalist is saying. And one of them is Dressed for Space. If you can, look up the band. So it's going to be TR/ST, but it's pronounced Trust. Look up the song Dressed for Space. It has this amazing circular beat. You'll know it when you hear it. It just has this kind of a like circular way about it, and you just kind of got to dance to it, and it's so good. But I will say I'm going to be all over the place with this because I'm getting excited talking about it. But when Light Asylum played their most popular song, Dark Alleys, and it was, wow. It's just, that was when the energy really surged, and everybody was dancing and everybody was moving, because the most popular songs are usually the best songs. So when we hear them, we dance to them and we go crazy, and it elevates the energy of the room.
I know you know the words to this song, so please help me sing it. Hey, she's a cross, hey, I'm fucking serious.
And that's what really did it. There was some massive energy elevation going on there. I don't know if there's some energy vampires or something that just hit reverse. I don't know what it was. It was brilliant. It was amazing. I had such a good time. I wish I could go back and just like relive that moment. But I'm making it a point to go to more shows. There's going to be more nights like this, so I am not going to miss out on any shows anymore. And so all of you people that say, oh God, there's no new goth music, there's nothing produced past 1980, why do you sleep on the 90s? I don't know why people insist on just forgetting that the 90s ever happened. Firstly, the 90s happened. Listen to the 90s music before you say nothing has been made past the 80s. Secondly, there is so much new music out. So much. So many new bands. Rather than go into all the names, if you want to know about all these new bands, check my description, I'll pin a comment, and I'm going to leave you a list of a ton of new bands that are producing music. I know a lot of people, they can be a little bit sticklers, they can dig their heels in when it comes to music, and they can say, you know what, I think Death in June was probably the height of goth music, I'm just going to kind of stop it there. No, if you want the goth scene to continue and endure and do what it's been doing, you support the new acts that have been coming out, at least give them a listen. And everybody, if you have any bands that you're currently listening to that are new, leave them in the comments. Let me know. If you think I haven't heard something, let me know. And I'm sure the rest of you are going to be checking the comments as well. And then just take note, because there's so much great stuff out there that I can't even spout them off and not be talking about it for like at least a couple of hours. It's just, there's so much. Just remember, your support is what keeps this thing moving along. It is what keeps the scene ticking over. Support the bands, go out, listen to the new music, and hey, if you're a fashion person, what better place to dress up than to go to a show and see this stuff live? Don't sit in front of your damn computer like I am right now. Go out, listen to the music, support the bands, and with that, I need a cup of tea because I got myself way too hyper. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.